Alrighty, here we are. This is kind of day one, day two. I don't know what fucking day it is. It's one of the days. It's like the first week really. I'm working on this. I didn't get a lot done yesterday. Was Monday. Today's Tuesday. Still didn't get a lot done because the Chuckles garage and saw the land speed truck. That thing's bananas. But here we are. The bed is off. It's over there. The rear end is gone. It's in front of the truck. There's the Mustang rear end. So I bolted this to the floor. I made these, these little stands right here, welded them to the frame, and bolted everything to the floor once it was level. And the front and the middle of the frame kind of have jack stands, and then the middle of the frame and rear of the frame have these stands on them. So everything is level. I made sure everything was level before I bolted these and welded these on. And so what we have here is a level and pretty square frame, and as you can see, I welded this back piece on already. I removed one of the forward cross members, and then I welded this guy on too. And I'm just keeping these levels on here so I can make sure that they stay where they're supposed to be. I did notice though when I was back here welding this piece in that the frame was a little bit twisted. It was level but twisted, and it was this rail right here. So if you notice that these bolts don't line up with the floor anymore, and that's because I had to unbolt it and then strap it to this side and pull it in and weld it so it was square. And so now it's square and it's still level. So what I have to do is cut this stand off on this side and probably shim it so it's level again so I can bolt it back in and then start cutting the frame up. I have a little change of plans on this. I was going to back half this frame, but what I'm going to do, because the whole subframe fits inside of this thing, is I'm actually just going to box it in and then make perches so I can bolt the subframe in, and it'll have a little bit of vibration isolation, as opposed to being welded into the frame. And the diff itself doesn't have any bushings in it, so that's solid. So this should help a little bit. So slight change of plans, but still getting after it. I think the next step is just going to be to plate in, or I should say box in the frame, and then I'll start making the perches and lining everything up. And yeah, should be good stuff. Alright, taco time, baby. It's actually Tuesday, so this is Taco Tuesday. Happy fucking Taco Tuesday. Here we are. It's Taco Tuesday. Here's my face. Been at it all day, bro. Here's the frame. So this is where we're at. I don't really film myself doing work, making the sausage, as they say. It just takes too much time. I don't know. Good for you YouTubers who do that stuff, but I'm a welder and, I don't know, not a YouTuber. But here we go. Here's the frame. This is all boxed in now. I cut all the other stuff off and boxed it in, and I welded in a piece of rectangle tubing back here. And this is all boxed in with 3/16 plate. And yeah, so it looks pretty decent. So what I'm going to do now is just kind of a change of plans here. I'm going to end up, here's the subframe. Sorry for this shit lighting. If I can stand behind it, there we go. So as you can see, or not see, you can't see shit. Alright, what'd it do? Taco is behind me. It's super bright outside, so whatever. Here it is. Taco has been boxed in now completely. Everything is all 3/16 steel. It's all TIG welded in. And yeah, so it's boxed all the way to the front. This front plate is actually quarter inch, and there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that later. But it also overlaps the front part of the frame here about 4 inches just to make it stronger. So this frame is ridiculously strong. And then here's my sweet C-notch. I still need to clean it up a little bit, but it's also TIG welded in. It's 3/16 as well. So the front part of that is 1/4 inch. The back half of this is 3/16, and these plates right here are 3/16. So there's so much more material here than when we started. So this is much stronger than it was. And then I'm also going to come back here and do a fuel cell. And when I do that, I'm going to make a nice little X-brace, so the back half of the frame is super strong. And I'm going to try and tie that into the front side too, somehow, and keep everything under the bed. The coilovers are going to come through the bed, because I'm not doing any of that cantilever nonsense. That shit has to come through the bed anyway, so then you just lose your bed. So I'm still going to use this thing. And yeah, that's the situation for now. And I don't know, I'm going to locate it today. Here it is. In all its glory. I'm going to locate it today and start mocking up the perches and then get those going. And then I'm just going to make some solid bars for the, in place of the coilovers for now at a certain height, just so I can match ride height and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, here we go, getting after it. All right, what's up, ladybirds? Taco time. Here we go. Tacos on the ground. There it is. That fucker's in there. Yeah, not so bad. It actually all fits under the frame rails, which I didn't totally plan, but it just works out. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm also going to do the coilovers under the bed, so I won't have to modify this bed at all. You won't know this thing's under here. That's kind of tight. So there it is. We got the C-notches all welded in. I have to fill in the bottom part, so there's a fair amount of welding I still have to do once it's up on the lift. But C-notches are in, perches are tacked in. The front perches I'm going to make double shear. I'm going to put a bottom perch on here too that bolts to the frame, so these are double shear. I might do it for the back too, because this is weird how these things just kind of dangle. That is how it does on a factory Mustang, but I don't like it, so probably do double shear on the back too. And yeah, that's the situation. Everything's boxed in. I gotta make a little cross member for the fuel cell. Gotta get the drive shaft measured. Yeah, not too bad. I got this hot pants little CNC drive shaft adapter. So it goes from 6-bolt Mustang to a 1350 U-joint. So that should keep it nice and easy, one piece. The diff is about 1 inch or 1.5 inches lower than the transmission. And got about a 1/2 degree of angle in the transmission, so I matched a 1/2 degree in the diff, and should be good to go. There it is. Let's give a little side profile. You can see the C-notch too. There's a fair amount of room in here. This will still travel about 2.5 or 3 inches. This is a little lower than ride height. It's kind of stuffed in the front right now because the front has a suspension, but the rear doesn't. So the front will come down a little bit, but pretty good. Pretty good little angle. It's not going to be on the ground or anything like that. This thing's going to still be usable and very drivable. Get into my wife's truck. So yeah, get some more video once it's. Well, actually, I got to weld in the coilover brackets. That'll be next. But yeah, there we go. Might send it down to alignment to see how straight it is, but pretty confident it's pretty straight. So there you go.